Corey Lewandowski is coming with us right now, senior advisor to President Trump. Good to see you, Corey. Thanks so much for joining us. I know you're on the road. It's a very busy time, so let's get right to it. Why is President Trump rallying in Virginia tomorrow when the past 4 election cycles for president have went for a Democrat? Does he see a win there?
We see an opportunity here that the Democrats have once again forgotten about the people of Virginia and have taken taken advantage of it. You look at New Hampshire, you look at New Mexico, and you look at Virginia. 3 states that are must-wins for the Democrats, with a margin of error between these 2 candidates is about 2 points, which means if we go down there and we press on this, we have an opportunity to actually be successful. So where we are right now in Virginia, 2-point difference. New Hampshire, 2-point difference. New Mexico, 2-point difference. And fellas, I'm sorry, I'm in the motorcade, the presidential motorcade, so I apologize for the terrible shot.
That's
but
all
I
right.
am here to tell you that Donald Trump is going to take no vote for granted. I'm going to run through the tape on this thing.
Hey, no problem at all. And look, Corey, as you well know, so many millions of people have already cast their ballots. They've already decided who they want to support for this election. I wanted to show you a tweet that was sent out by Charlie Kirk of Turning Point Action. You might be familiar with him, but he said this: early vote has been disproportionately female. If men stay at home, Kamala is president. It's that simple. If you want a vision of the future, if you don't vote, imagine Kamala's voice cackling forever. Men need to go vote now. Is that in a line with how the Trump campaign sees this race?
Well, look, what we know is there is a gender gap in this race, but we also saw that in 2016, every woman said that they were going to support Hillary Clinton, and the exit poll showed that they didn't, because women are not monolithic. And the reality is they're just as concerned about issues of economic security and economic prosperity and homeland security and national security as everybody else is. So Kamala Harris's whole function is to say, vote for me so I can be the first female president of the United States. But the American people are smart, and they have seen what has transpired over the last 4 years. And because of that, I think they're going to turn out in record numbers. We've already seen 60 million people vote, and it doesn't matter what race, ethnicity, gender, or religion you are. Donald Trump is going to give you more economic prosperity for your life.
Sure. And you're in the motorcade now, obviously moving from stop to stop. But the campaign also happens here on air, on television. I didn't know if the Trump campaign itself has an official comment on the $10 billion lawsuit on CBS News based on that 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris. There was a lot alleged in it. Is there an official position by the Trump campaign on this lawsuit against CBS?
Well, let me say this. We filed this in the Northern District of Texas because it is very clear that they doctored the response from Vice President Harris. We saw that because when they initially put out the response, there was one answer, and the second response was a different answer. We believe that to be election interference. The courts will ultimately decide it, but the president has filed a $10 billion lawsuit against CBS News for the doctoring of this information, and we believe that to be election interference.
It's coming down to the wire, of course, just 4 days away from the election. So we're going to wait and see what happens between now and then. We've been following reports that Trump will be visiting Dearborn, Michigan today. Corey, if we still got you here, could you comment on that and maybe why that would be part of his campaign push?
Sure. Look, the state of Michigan traditionally follows where Pennsylvania goes. And we know right now that each of these 2 states are within the margin of error. Probably we've seen the numbers where we've got about a 2-point advantage, but it's all about turnout. And we also have seen what the people of Michigan have said about Vice President Harris and her policy. So today we're doing 2 stops in Michigan. Tomorrow, as you know, we're in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Virginia. We've got multiple stops back in Michigan. And I will say this. Donald Trump will be ending his campaign in the state of Michigan on Monday night, like we have done the last 2 cycles, both in 2016 and in 2020 in Grand Rapids. So it promises to be an amazing event. And look, as Pennsylvania goes, as Michigan goes, Wisconsin will go the same way. And we are on the cusp and opportunity for a victory which has greater than 300 electoral votes if things continue down this path.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.